I'm Andy Lloyd. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the Automation Systems Business Unit of Comau. Comau is a fully owned subsidiary of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. We are based in Turin, in Italy, which is where I am. We have three main business units within the company. One is Robotics and Automation Products, which is a product-orientated organisation. Then we have the Automation Systems Business Unit, which I'm responsible for worldwide. And we also have a powertrain machining business unit, which is coordinated by one of my colleagues. The company is divided into 4 regions. The business units give the strategic direction for the regional execution. Within the Automation Systems organisation, we are a little over 2,000 people worldwide. We're located in Europe, in most of the countries in Europe, in NAFTA, Latin America, India, and in China.
So what have you got at this event today, at the Hanover Messe?
Let me start with the main piece of the presentation. It's our concept called Hue Manufacturing, and the idea and the principles to have the robots and the humans working on a collaborative basis, doing activities which up until not so long ago would have been deemed not industry practice. So for example, we show here a combination of our collaborative robots, high payload, with our agile AGV systems, and the demonstration is to show the robot finding the parts off the AGV and offering it for operator utilization or for the operator to perform a series of tasks. The whole concept being that the operator and the human can operate in close proximity and save space, save time, improve the operator utilization, and also to improve the quality of the finished product. So that's really the mainstay of the key focus or the key exhibit. But behind that, there's also a number of concepts of the Industry 4.0 competence. You will find there that we have the remote monitoring of the robots. We have the automatic guiding of the vehicles. We have data management between the robots and the machines and the AGVs. You will also see that we have some innovation in terms of the human machine interfaces. So we're using today smartwatch to, instead of a static device, to signify that the cycle has been complete. So that's really the mainstay there. And what we tried to do, a little bit different from our competition, was to show a practical example of Industry 4.0 in this exhibition, rather than, let me say, demonstrations of philosophical technologies. In Comau, we invest a lot of time and energy in practical solutions. We understand a lot of the concepts of Industry 4.0. We know where we can apply that in terms of where the megatrends are, what the automation industries are asking for, and our idea is to apply them into areas which are practical and bring our customers pragmatic solutions which are cost effective.
And one of the things I'm learning about the robotics industry is that robotics companies tend to have grown out of a larger manufacturing parent company. So for example, Epson developed robots and systems to help it make its watches, or rather Seiko. I don't know what the actual names of it were, but Seiko obviously used to make watches. They started out as a watch company, and they developed machines, robots and things like that to help them put watches together, and that became a business unit, and they obviously sell their robots to third parties as well. Similarly, I can't remember the history. I have looked at Comau's history.
No,
but
I think there's a direct analogy between the two. The robotics division of Comau was born from a requirement to provide robotics into Fiat. That was the origins of the business unit. Over the last 10 years, we diversified significantly into other technologies and other business sectors, and really to take away the dependency on the automotive industry, which I'm sure you know is a red ocean of competition. So we try to differentiate ourselves through niche application, through new technology, through innovation, and not only segmented towards automotive, but to an industry in general.
How much of the business is outside of Fiat Chrysler? How many robots do?
Well, let me answer your question another way. Comau has an interesting history, and I'm sure it's all there for you to read on our website. But 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Comau started a major turnaround, exactly for the reasons that you're suggesting, that we were maybe a little bit too captive into the automotive and our parent company. So Comau as an organisation became self-sufficient, self-dependent under the organisation of Fiat Chrysler. So Fiat Chrysler are still our shareholder, but today we do between 70 and 80% of our revenues outside of the group. So we are not an incumbent. Supplier. Under the sustainability of the index of FCA, we have to be sufficient in our own right. We have to support our own technology. We have to support our own, let me say, business sustainability, and we've been doing that successfully now for the last 10 years.
What is the competition out there for you at the moment? Collaborative robots is a big thing. Universal is doing really well with its collaborative robot. You've launched a new one. I don't know what this one is, but yeah, I've seen the other one with the blue bits on it.
The one with the blue bits on is the collaborative robot, which is Aura, and we've designed that to be a little bit different in the market. So we've deliberately designed it to be in white space. Because the market needs a higher payload collaborative robot. So we chose to go in that direction for a variety of reasons. And the robot here to my right is the Edu robot, and it's an educational robot which we've developed specifically to help with the education of people in the area of automation and robotics. It's a completely open platform for everybody to use. It's something that we're just launching, and the level of interest that we've seen in this show, and also in the pre-launch information, has been very interesting for us. Our market is tough. When we look at the data, we imagine that the markets will grow. The automation market in general will grow. Automation in automotive is extremely mature. It's at a very high level. And we are investing in the technologies that will differentiate ourselves from our competition in the future. Industry 4.0 is an important part of that. A lot of the technologies embraced in Industry 4.0 give us the opportunity to be better than some of our competition, and we're investing in those areas where we believe that we can bring value to the customer's business.
Somebody said to me that robots and machines can only get so much better now. They're reasonably good now. You can't get them much better. No matter how much you innovate, they can only get so much better. But in terms of the software around robots and other machinery, there's quite a lot of area of improvement. There's potential.
Yeah. Let me answer that in two ways. And having toured the show here today, without naming names, you can see many companies that are promoting in the Internet of Things, predictive software, predictive maintenance techniques. And it's very clear that there's an abundance of people that are promoting, let me say, digital workplace technology. we wouldn't be at the races if we weren't doing something ourselves. But let me say that the benefit that Comau has, and why we will be a little bit different, is the fact that we have the knowledge and the experience of integrating the systems and measuring the performance. So let me say that the people here today, a lot of the people here today are showing the how to measure the performance of their machines, but they're not telling us what to measure, and that's the bit where Comau will be different in the future. And as I said to you before, we are developing technologies, we have an interesting innovation network, we have interesting relationships with a lot of high-end technology companies, but it's to do what we need to do in the market for our customers, specifically to the business that we do.
If you could further elaborate on the kind of market you've got in terms of segments or types of activity.
The tradition of Comau is automotive, it's our DNA, and we make no secret of that. We are owned by an automotive company, which is also a positive aspect. We have an interesting portfolio. Most of our systems business is in the automotive business. We do business in energy, new energy development, solar panels, those type of business. We do business in construction and heavy goods and commercial vehicles. We do business in yellow goods. We do business in white goods. And particularly in our robotics division, we do significant amount of business across the whole automation portfolio, regardless of sector. And if I was to say that probably our robotics business is much wider outside of automotive than maybe our systems business is. Under the product umbrella, we obviously have the robot, which is probably the thing that's most recognizable about Comau. But we have AGV systems, which you can see here today. We have laser systems. So we developed our own integrated laser system to weld, to cut, to braze. We've developed it to join plastics, and we're developing it to join other composite materials. We developed a portfolio of welding guns, which we sell as a discrete product. We have a number of control system products that we develop, as well as the other technologies that are associated to automotive, for example, roller hemming and vision systems. So those are most of the products that we develop in the product environment. In the systems environment, we do transfer systems, we deliver robot handling machines, we deliver high complex, high flexible production systems, which are used in most of the automotive manufacturers worldwide. And from that aspect, I think that compared to our competition, Comau is a very strong innovator and a well-deserved innovation company in the field.
I'm quite interested in the fact that you're basically part of the company that builds Ferraris. Is there anything you can tell me about how a Ferrari is built in terms of any robotics and automation technology?
Ferrari is a customer for us, as are most of the OEMs in the world are a customer of us. But we are bound by confidentiality, yeah? And it's not that I don't want to tell you, but there are some things that have to remain confidential. From an innovation standpoint, we have two layers of innovation in the organisation. We have one layer at corporate level, which is, let me say, predominantly focused on cross-business innovation, Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, man-human-machine collaboration. And the R&D in the business units is then focused to apply the corporate innovation model into the respective business units. So in automation systems, we focus on Industry 4.0, we focus on predictive maintenance, we focus on advanced sensor technologies, advanced vision technologies. Our goal is to develop systems which don't break down. We have it in our mission statement of zero loss machines that we are planning for. We have a portfolio of technology that is, some of it is in the market and the rest is still in development, that will allow us to capitalize on a lot of the high level themes that are being talked about in the industry today. We have dedicated teams in each of business units that focus on their respective technologies. We are developing a suite of sensing technologies which allow us to measure our machines in real time. We are developing the digital workplace to analyze those signals, to detect the trends, to predict early warning, early fault recognition. We are developing algorithms to make the machine self-heal. And these technologies are in the process of being rolled out over our 5-year plan. And from that perspective, when you look at the concept of human manufacturing, it's a really important part of what we're going to deliver in the future to the customers, automotive and non-automotive. And so far, touch wood, it's going in the right direction.